There comes a moment in life when you stand at a crossroads, one path leading to your dreams and the other to regret. The difference between these two paths is just one decision, the decision to act now. Success is a choice, and the choice is always now. Every person who has ever achieved something great has made a conscious decision at some point to take action. Success is not something that happens randomly. It is not a gift reserved for the lucky few. It is a result of deliberate decisions made moment by moment to move forward despite fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The biggest mistake people make is believing that success is something that happens in the future. They tell themselves that one day they will start, one day they will take action, one day they will pursue their dreams. But that one day never comes because they fail to realize that the only time that truly exists is now. The present moment is the only moment where decisions can be made. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. The only power you have is over what you do right now. Many people spend their time regretting past mistakes or worrying about what might happen in the future, but neither of these things contributes to success. The only thing that leads to success is action, and action can only be taken in the present moment. Waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions is a dangerous illusion. There will never be a time when everything is ideal. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who act even when conditions are not perfect. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people delay taking action. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. But fear is just an emotion, and like all emotions, it is temporary. What matters is how you respond to it. You can either let fear control you, or you can choose to move forward despite it. The truth is, fear never truly disappears. Even the most successful people feel fear. The difference is that they do not let it stop them. They understand that fear is a natural part of growth. They know that the only way to overcome fear is to take action. The more you act, the more confident you become, and the less power fear has over you. Excuses are another major obstacle to success. People say they don't have enough time, enough resources, enough knowledge. They wait until they have more money, more skills, more experience. But if you look at the most successful people in the world, many of them started with nothing. They had no money, no connections, no special advantages. What they did have was the courage to take the first step, even when they were not fully prepared. They understood that success is not about having everything figured out in advance. It is about starting where you are, with what you have, and figuring out the rest along the way. Opportunities do not wait. Life moves fast, and if you do not take action now, you might lose the chance forever. How many times have you looked back at a missed opportunity and thought, I wish I had done that? The pain of regret is far greater than the pain of failure. Failure is temporary. It teaches lessons, builds resilience, and helps you grow. But regret stays with you. It is the realization that you had a chance, but you let it slip away. And the worst part is knowing that it was your own hesitation that held you back. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. You will never have all the answers. The perfect moment will never arrive. The only way to succeed is to start now, exactly as you are. Taking action now does not mean making huge, life-changing decisions overnight. It means taking small, consistent steps toward your goals. Every great achievement begins with a single step. It is not about waiting for motivation. It is about building discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who wake up every day and choose to take action no matter how small. Over time, these small actions compound into massive results. Success is not about luck. It is not about being born into the right circumstances. It is about making a decision every single day to move forward. Some people spend their entire lives waiting. They wait for someone to give them permission. They wait for the right opportunity. They wait for everything to fall into place. But life does not work that way. Success belongs to those who seize the moment, who take responsibility for their own lives, and who understand that the only time to act is now. You have the power to change your life at any moment, but that change does not happen in the future. It happens now, in the decisions you make today. Will you choose to move forward, or will you continue to wait? The choice is always yours, and the choice is always now. Procrastination kills dreams. Waiting for the perfect time is an illusion. The biggest mistake people make in life is believing that they have endless time. They convince themselves that they will start tomorrow, next week, next year, or when the conditions are just right. But time does not wait. Every moment spent delaying is a moment lost forever. The harsh reality is that the perfect time never comes. It is an illusion created by fear, self-doubt, and the unwillingness to step outside of comfort zones. People who achieve success do not wait for everything to be ideal. They take action despite uncertainty. Every person who has ever accomplished something great had a reason to wait. They had obstacles, challenges, and limitations, but they chose to move forward anyway. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is the willingness to start even when things are not perfect. Those who wait often find themselves trapped in a cycle of endless preparation, telling themselves they need more knowledge, more confidence, or a better opportunity. But opportunities do not come to those who wait, they come to those who create them. Fear is one of the main reasons people procrastinate. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. It is easier to put things off than to face the possibility of making mistakes. But failure is not the enemy, inaction is. Every successful person has failed at some point. Failure teaches valuable lessons, builds resilience, and opens doors to new possibilities. The real danger is not trying at all. The longer a person waits, the harder it becomes to start. The mind becomes filled with excuses, self-doubt grows stronger, and confidence fades. Before they know it, years have passed, and their dreams remain just that, dreams. There is no such thing as the perfect moment. If you wait for everything to align perfectly, you will wait forever. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will always exist. There will always be obstacles, distractions, and reasons to delay. But those who achieve their dreams understand that success is not about finding the perfect time. It is about making the time perfect by taking action. They do not let circumstances dictate their choices. They create opportunities by stepping forward even when they feel unprepared. Many people convince themselves that they are not ready. They believe they need more experience, more skills, or more resources. But readiness is not something that happens before action. It happens because of action. The best way to learn, grow, and improve is by doing. Waiting until you feel completely ready is another form of procrastination. The truth is, no one ever feels fully prepared. The most successful people start before they are ready. They take small steps, learn from their mistakes, and adjust along the way. Progress comes from action, not from waiting. Another common excuse for procrastination is the belief that there is plenty of time. People assume that they can start later, that they will have another chance. But time is the most valuable resource we have, and once it is gone, it cannot be reclaimed. Dreams do not disappear overnight. They fade slowly, buried under a pile of excuses and delays. The longer you wait, the more difficult it becomes to take action. What starts as a temporary delay turns into a lifetime of regret. The most painful feeling is looking back and realizing that you had the chance but never took it. Success is not about waiting for the right time. It is about making the most of the time you have. Every great achievement begins with a single step, and that step must be taken now. The world does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. it. It rewards those who take risks, who push past their fears, and who refuse to let procrastination steal their future. The perfect moment does not exist, but the present moment does. And the present moment is all you need to begin. If you continue to wait, you will find yourself stuck in the same place year after year, wondering what could have been. The only way to move forward is to take action today. Stop waiting for the perfect time, because that time is an illusion. The only real time you have is now. Challenges will come, but action in the present moment determines success. Life is never a smooth road, and anyone who dreams of achieving something meaningful must accept that obstacles are inevitable. Challenges are a part of the journey, not a reason to stop. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid difficulties, but the ones who take action despite them. Waiting for problems to disappear before taking the next step is a mistake, because challenges never truly go away. Instead, they change in form, testing resilience and determination at every stage. The only way to overcome these obstacles is to face them head-on in the present moment, rather than waiting for a future where everything is easy. Many people convince themselves that they will take action once their difficulties are resolved, but that mindset only leads to stagnation. The truth is, there will never be a time without challenges. There will always be uncertainties, distractions, and reasons to hesitate. The difference between those who achieve success and those who do not lies in their response to these challenges. Some people see obstacles as excuses to stop, while others see them as opportunities to grow stronger. Success is not about avoiding problems, but about learning how to move forward despite them. Taking action in the present moment is what separates dreamers from achievers. Many people spend their lives talking about what they want to do, planning for the future and waiting for the right time, but plans alone do not create success. Actions do. The most well-thought-out strategy is useless without execution. It is easy to get caught up in the idea that preparation must be perfect before taking the first step, but in reality, no amount of preparation can replace experience. The best way to learn, improve, and succeed is to start now, even if conditions are not ideal. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Fear often holds people back from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of making mistakes can be paralyzing. But fear does not disappear on its own. It only grows stronger the longer action is delayed. The only way to weaken fear is to confront it. Taking action, even when afraid, proves that fear is nothing more than a mental barrier. Once action is taken, fear begins to fade, replaced by confidence and a sense of progress. Those who wait for fear to disappear before moving forward will wait forever. The people who achieve success are not fearless. They are simply willing to take action despite their fears. Excuses are another major reason people fail to act in the present moment. Excuses come in many forms: lack of time, lack of resources, lack of knowledge, but they all serve the same purpose: to justify inaction. The reality is that no one ever has perfect conditions to begin. Those who succeed are not the ones who have everything handed to them. They are the ones who use whatever they have and make it work. If you wait until you have more time, more money, or more experience, you will never start. Success is built on taking the first step with whatever is available and figuring out the rest along the way. Another common mistake people make is believing that small actions do not matter. They think that success requires grand gestures and major breakthroughs. But in reality, success is the result of small, consistent actions taken every day. The little things: practicing a skill, making a phone call, writing down an idea, add up over time. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of small steps. Those who succeed understand that progress is not always visible in the moment, but consistent action leads to long-term results. Regret is one of the most painful consequences of inaction. Looking back and realizing that an opportunity was missed because of hesitation is far worse than experiencing failure. Failure at least provides lessons and experience, but regret leaves nothing but the knowledge that more could have been done. Many people reach a point in their lives where they wonder what could have been if they had only taken action earlier. The only way to avoid that regret is to act now, regardless of the challenges that stand in the way. Success is never about having an easy path. It is about the choices made in difficult moments. Challenges will always exist, but they do not determine the outcome. Action does. The present moment is the only time where change can happen. Those who take action despite obstacles move forward, while those who wait remain stuck. The difference between success and failure is not the absence of challenges, but the willingness to act regardless of them. The key to achieving anything in life is not to wait for the perfect conditions, but to make the most of what is available right now. Fear of failure holds us back, but regret is far worse than failure. Many people hesitate to take action because they are afraid of failing. They worry about making mistakes, looking foolish, or falling short of their expectations. This fear paralyzes them, keeping them stuck in the same place, unable to move forward. But what they do not realize is that failure is not the worst thing that can happen to them. The true enemy of success is regret. The pain of looking back and realizing that an opportunity was lost not because it was impossible, but because they were too afraid to try. Failure is temporary. It is an event, not a permanent state of being. Every successful person has failed multiple times before achieving their goals. In fact, failure is often a necessary step on the path to success. It provides valuable lessons, builds resilience, and reveals what does and does not work. The most accomplished individuals in history have faced setbacks, but they did not allow those setbacks to define them. They used their failures as stepping stones, learning from their mistakes and growing stronger with each challenge. If they had let fear hold them back, they would have never reached their full potential. On the other hand, regret is permanent. It is the haunting realization that an opportunity was missed, not because it was unattainable, but because action was never taken. Unlike failure, regret does not offer lessons or growth. It only brings frustration and disappointment. The worst part of regret is knowing that something could have been done differently, but now it is too late. Time cannot be reversed, and lost opportunities do not always come back. Those who let fear control their decisions often find themselves looking back with sadness, wondering what might have been if they had only taken a chance. Fear of failure often stems from the desire for perfection. Many people believe that they must have everything figured out before they start. They think they need the perfect plan, the perfect skills, and the perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only leads to inaction. The truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. The most successful people take action despite uncertainty, learning and adapting as they go. They understand that mistakes are part of the journey and that progress is more important than perfection. Another reason fear holds people back is the worry about what others will think. Society often judges those who fail, but the irony is that the same society celebrates those who succeed, even if their success came after many failures. The opinions of others should never dictate personal choices. At the end of life, it is not the critics who will feel the weight of regret. It is the individual who allowed fear to silence their dreams. The people who truly matter are those who support and encourage growth, not those who mock or discourage. Many people underestimate their own potential because they fear that failure means they are not good enough. But failure is not a reflection of worth. It is a sign of effort. It means that a person tried, took risks, and pushed beyond their comfort zone. The only true failure is refusing to try at all. Every mistake, every setback, and every disappointment carries a lesson that brings a person one step closer to success. The key is to embrace these experiences rather than avoid them. Regret, on the other hand, is filled with what-ifs and if-onlys. It is the feeling of knowing that a dream was possible but never pursued. It is the realization that fear won the battle and now there is no way to go back and change the past. This kind of regret lingers, often growing stronger with time. The longer a person delays action, the harder it becomes to start. Years pass and opportunities fade away, leaving behind nothing but an empty feeling of lost potential. Life is too short to be lived in fear. The most fulfilling experiences come from taking risks, stepping into the unknown, and daring to fail. The pain of failure is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Those who take action despite their fears may stumble along the way, but they will also grow, learn, and discover their true capabilities. They will have stories to tell, wisdom to share, and pride in knowing that they gave their best effort. The choice is simple: face failure and learn from it, or avoid failure and live with regret. The people who succeed in life are not those who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let fear stop them. They understand that failure is a teacher, not an enemy. They know that mistakes are proof of effort, not signs of weakness. And most importantly, they recognize that the only real failure is letting fear control their future. In the end, the greatest risk is not taking one at all. Fear may whisper doubts, but regret will shout them louder in the future. The only way to silence that regret is to take action now. Embrace the possibility of failure and move forward with courage. Because while failure can be overcome, regret is a burden that never truly fades. The world belongs to those who dare to take the first step today. Success is not reserved for the lucky, the talented, or the privileged. It belongs to those who have the courage to take action despite fear, uncertainty, and obstacles. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stuck is not intelligence or resources. It is the willingness to begin. Taking the first step is the most crucial part of any journey. Yet, it is where most people hesitate. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. But perfection is an illusion. The ones who succeed are those who refuse to wait and instead take action now. The world is filled with people who have dreams, ambitions, and goals, but only a few ever turn them into reality. The reason is simple. Most people are afraid to take the first step. They overthink, they doubt themselves, and they let fear dictate their decisions. They imagine all the things that could go wrong instead of focusing on what could go right. They wait for a sign, for permission, for a guarantee that they will succeed. Signs have a way of seeming, but life offers no guarantees, and waiting only leads to missed opportunities. Those who achieve their dreams are not necessarily the smartest or the most capable. They are the ones who decide to start, even when they do not have all the answers. Taking the first step is often the hardest because it requires stepping out of the comfort zone. It means embracing uncertainty, facing challenges, and accepting the possibility of failure. But growth does not happen in comfort. Every great success story begins with a decision to move forward, even when the path is unclear. The people who make an impact in this world are those who take risks, who put themselves out there, and who refuse to let fear hold them back. They understand that inaction is the only real failure. Many people convince themselves that they need more preparation before they begin. They believe they need more knowledge, more experience, or more resources. But the truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. Readiness comes from doing, from learning through action, and from making mistakes along the way. The most successful people in the world did not wait until they felt fully prepared. They took the first step with whatever they had and figured out the rest as they went. Progress is not made by thinking about what needs to be done. It is made by doing. Another reason people hesitate to take the first step is the fear of judgment. They worry about what others will think, whether they will be criticized, or whether they will fail in front of an audience. But the opinions of others should never hold more power than one's own dreams. The world belongs to those who dare to chase their goals despite the fear of what others may say. Every successful person has faced doubt, criticism, and rejection, but they did not let it stop them. They kept going. proving that the only voice that truly matters is the one inside telling them to move forward. Time does not wait for anyone. Every day that passes without action is a day that could have been spent moving closer to success. The world rewards those who take initiative, who seize opportunities, and who do not waste time waiting for the right moment. Those who wait often find themselves looking back with regret, realizing that they had the chance but never took it. The only way to avoid that regret is to act now. Success is not about having all the answers. It is about taking the first step and trusting that the journey will unfold as it should. History has shown that the people who shape the world are the ones who take action despite uncertainty. Innovators, leaders, and change makers did not have a clear path when they started. They had an idea, a vision, and the determination to take the first step. They did not wait for approval or a perfect plan. They simply started, and because they started, they gave themselves the opportunity to succeed. The same principle applies to anyone who wants to achieve something meaningful. The world belongs to those who are willing to try, to experiment, and to persist, even when the road ahead is uncertain. Taking the first step is powerful because it creates momentum. Once that initial action is taken, it becomes easier to keep going. Confidence grows with every step forward, and what once seemed impossible begins to feel within reach. The hardest part is beginning, but those who push through the fear and take action soon realize that they are capable of far more than they thought. One step leads to another, and before long, progress becomes inevitable. The world does not belong to those who wait. It does not belong to those who make excuses, hesitate, or fear failure. It belongs to those who dare to take the first step today. The choice is always there: to remain in the same place, wondering what could have been, or to step forward and create a future worth living. Those who succeed are not the ones who had everything figured out from the beginning. They are the ones who started despite uncertainty. They understood that waiting achieves nothing, but action changes everything. The moment to start is now. Excuses and doubts will never create success. Only courage and action will. Many people have dreams, ambitions, and goals, but only a few ever turn them into reality. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It is action. While some people spend their time making excuses for why they cannot start, others take the first step. While some allow doubts to cloud their minds, others push forward with courage. Success is never handed to anyone. It is earned by those who refuse to let fear and hesitation control their destiny. Excuses are the biggest roadblocks to success. They come in many forms. I don't have enough time. I'm not ready. I don't have the right resources. Or what if I fail? These excuses feel valid in the moment, but in reality, they are just barriers created by fear. No one ever feels fully prepared when starting something new. The truth is, the perfect moment will never come. There will always be challenges, distractions, and reasons to delay. But success belongs to those who stop waiting and start doing. They understand that excuses do not lead to progress, action does. Doubts are just as damaging as excuses. Many people fail before they even start because they convince themselves that they are not capable. They let negative thoughts take over. What if I'm not good enough? What if people judge me? What if I don't succeed? But these doubts are nothing more than illusions. The mind can be a person's greatest ally or their biggest enemy, depending on how they choose to use it. Those who achieve greatness are not free from doubt. They simply choose to act despite it. They recognize that confidence is not something that appears before action. It is something built through action. The only way to overcome doubt is to prove it wrong by taking the first step. Courage is the foundation of success. It is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite fear. Every successful person has faced moments of uncertainty and fear. The difference is that they did not let those feelings stop them. They took risks, they embraced discomfort, and they kept pushing forward, even when the outcome was unclear. Courage is what allows people to break free from limitations, challenge themselves, and discover their true potential. Without it, dreams remain just dreams. Action is what turns ideas into reality. Many people spend years planning, thinking, and preparing, but never actually do anything. They believe that success requires the perfect strategy, but in reality, success comes from taking consistent action. Even the best plan is useless without execution. Small steps taken every day are far more powerful than big dreams left unfulfilled. The people who achieve the most are not necessarily the smartest or most talented. They are the ones who show up, take action, and keep going no matter what. Failure is not the enemy of success. Inaction is. Many people are so afraid of failing that they never even try. But failure is simply a part of the journey. Every mistake, every setback, and every challenge provides valuable lessons. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than they can count. The reason they succeeded is that they did not let failure define them. Instead, they used it as fuel to improve and grow. The real failure is doing nothing at all. Regret is far worse than any mistake because mistakes can be corrected, but time lost to inaction can never be recovered. The world does not reward those who make excuses. It rewards those who take initiative. People who achieve great things are not necessarily the most privileged or the most fortunate. They are the ones who refuse to accept limitations. They find solutions instead of problems, take responsibility instead of blaming circumstances, and move forward instead of waiting. No matter where someone starts, action is always within their control. The decision to take the first step is what separates those who achieve from those who wish. Success is not reserved for a special few. It is available to anyone who is willing to put in the effort. But effort means nothing without action. Wishing, hoping, and waiting do not create results. Only action does. Those who succeed are not the ones who had everything handed to them. They are the ones who worked for it, despite the challenges. They are the ones who pushed past their excuses, silenced their doubts, and took control of their future. Time does not wait, and neither should anyone who wants to succeed. Every day spent making excuses is a day wasted. Every moment spent doubting is a moment lost. The only way to achieve anything worthwhile is to take action now. The sooner action is taken, the sooner progress is made. The world belongs to those who dare to move forward with courage and determination. Those who choose excuses and doubts will remain stuck, while those who choose action will move towards success. The choice is always there. Success is simply a matter of choosing to act. Every second wasted is a step away from the life you deserve. Time is the most valuable resource, yet it is often taken for granted. Unlike money, knowledge, or possessions, time can never be regained once it is lost. Every moment that passes is either moving a person closer to their dreams or further away from them. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not luck or talent. It is how they use their time. Those who understand the power of time make the most of every second, while those who waste it find themselves stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing changes. Success is not built in a day, but it is built daily. Every choice matters. Every decision to take action, to learn, to improve, and to move forward creates progress. On the other hand, every decision to procrastinate, to delay, and to avoid responsibility pushes success further away. The life a person desires is not something that appears magically. It is something that must be earned through consistent effort. The ones who achieve their goals are not necessarily the most talented or the most privileged. They are the ones who refuse to waste their time. They understand that every second spent hesitating is a second lost forever. Many people believe they have time, but the truth is, time is never guaranteed. The future is uncertain, and the only moment that truly exists is now. Waiting for the right time is one of the biggest illusions. People often say they will start tomorrow, next week, or next year, but those days may never come. The best time to take action is always now. The longer someone waits, the harder it becomes to start. Every second spent delaying a goal, a dream, or a necessary step forward only creates more distance between where they are and where they want to be. Opportunities do not wait for those who hesitate. The world moves fast, and those who take action are the ones who benefit. Those who waste time often find themselves looking back with regret, realizing how much they could have achieved if only they had started earlier. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens to carry because it is filled with what ifs and if onlys. The pain of missed opportunities is far greater than the discomfort of taking action. Those who take risks and put in the effort may fail, but they will never have to wonder what could have been. Success is not about making huge leaps all at once. It is about making small, consistent steps every day. A person does not need to have everything figured out before they begin. What matters is moving forward, no matter how small the step may seem. Many people waste time waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, or the perfect moment. But perfection is an illusion. Action is the only thing that creates results. Even the most successful people started with uncertainty, but they did not let that stop them. They kept moving, adjusting, learning, and growing along the way. Wasting time is often disguised as harmless distractions, scrolling through social media, watching endless entertainment, or engaging in unproductive conversations. These activities may seem small, but when added up, they take away precious hours that could have been used to create something meaningful. Time wasted is not just lost, it is invested in the wrong things. Every second that could have been spent improving skills, building a dream, or taking care of one's health is instead spent on activities that do not contribute to growth. Those who use their time wisely understand that every choice matters. They prioritize what brings them closer to their goals rather than what gives them temporary satisfaction. Discipline is the key to making the most of time. It is easy to make excuses, to push things to another day, and to fall into comfortable routines that lead nowhere. But those who succeed do not rely on motivation alone. They rely on discipline. They push themselves even when they do not feel like it. They understand that success is not about doing what is easy, it is about doing what is necessary. They train their minds to focus on what truly matters, blocking out distractions and excuses. Every dream requires sacrifice. Achieving the life one deserves means letting go of habits that waste time and replacing them with habits that create progress. It means waking up earlier, working harder, learning constantly, and staying committed, even when challenges arise. It means making choices that align with the future rather than staying stuck in the present. Those who are willing to make these sacrifices are the ones who ultimately achieve the life they desire. The reality is, time does not stop for anyone. It continues moving forward, whether it is used wisely or wasted. There is no way to pause, rewind, or recover lost time. The only way to make the most of life is to take action now. Every second that is used wisely is an investment in a better future. Every second wasted is a step further from the life that could have been. The choice is always there, whether to move forward or to stay behind. Those who value their time understand that success is not something that is given, it is something that is built, one moment at a time. If not now, then when? The power to change your life is in this very moment. Every great success story begins with a decision. A decision to stop waiting, to stop making excuses, and to start taking action. The truth is, there is never a perfect time to begin. Life will always be filled with uncertainties, distractions, and challenges, but the only moment that is truly within our control is the present one. Those who understand this truth do not wait for the stars to align. They take charge of their destiny now. Many people spend their lives postponing their dreams. They say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll do it next week, or maybe next year will be better. But days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. Before they know it, they are looking back with regret, wondering where all the time went. They realize that the opportunities they once had are now gone, that the dreams they once held close have faded into the background. The biggest tragedy is not failing, it is never trying. The moment to act is always now, because waiting only pushes success further away. Change does not happen in the future, it happens in the present. Every major transformation, every breakthrough, and every achievement begins with one decision: to take the first step. It is easy to say, one day I will start, but the reality is that one day is not on the calendar. The only time that truly exists is this very moment. Those who achieve great things are not the ones who wait for ideal circumstances. They are the ones who make the best of the circumstances they have and move forward anyway. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people delay taking action. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These thoughts creep into the mind and convince people that they should wait. But waiting does not eliminate fear, it only gives it more power. The only way to overcome fear is to act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite fear. Those who achieve greatness do not do so because they never felt afraid. They achieve greatness because they refuse to let fear control their lives. Another reason people delay change is the belief that they need to be fully prepared before they begin. They tell themselves they need more knowledge, more money, more resources, or more confidence. But this mindset is a trap. No one ever feels completely ready before they start something new. Readiness is not a requirement for action, it is a result of action. Confidence is built through experience, and experience comes from taking steps forward, even in uncertainty. The longer someone waits, the more they convince themselves that they are not ready. But those who take action, even when they feel unprepared, soon realize that progress is made by doing, not by waiting. The power to change your life is not something that lies in the future. It is in the choices you make right now. Every small decision matters. Waking up an hour earlier to work on a goal, choosing to exercise instead of making excuses, starting a project instead of procrastinating. These small choices compound over time and create massive results. The people who achieve success are not necessarily the ones with the best ideas. They are the ones who take action on their ideas. The world does not reward intention, it rewards execution. Excuses are the enemy of progress. It is easy to find reasons to delay, too tired, too busy, too uncertain. But for every excuse, there is someone else in the same situation who is pushing forward despite it. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not circumstances, it is mindset. Those who refuse to make excuses find ways to make things happen. They understand that the best time to start is not when everything is perfect, but when they decide to take responsibility for their own future. Time is the most valuable resource anyone has, and once it is gone, it can never be recovered. Every second wasted is a second that could have been spent building something meaningful. The people who make the most of their lives are those who refuse to let time slip through their fingers. They do not wait for motivation, they create it through action. They do not wait for the perfect plan, they build a plan as they go. They do not wait for permission, they give themselves permission to succeed. Success does not happen overnight, but it also does not happen by waiting. It happens by taking one step at a time consistently without delay. The moment to act is always now. The power to change your life is in this very moment. The question is, will you use it or let it pass you by? So my question to you is simple. Are you going to act now or will you let success slip away? Because in success, it's always now or never.